And that is very much the case with imposter syndrome. Sometimes we just want to like freeze up and not move. And the best advice is just to go anyway. Welcome to this episode of Red Ink. Today, I kind of want to talk to you a little bit about imposter syndrome. It's kind of one of those prevalent little feelings that always kind of creeps in when we're least expecting it to, or even when we're expecting it to, and it's not comfortable. And so let's just dig in. I'm gonna give you the top 3 things that we can do to kind of like fight off imposter syndrome. So here we go. Um, I should tell you that I just got back from the Story Makers Conference in Utah, and it was a lot of fun. But one of the things I noticed is a lot of people were coming to my table and they all kind of felt a bit impostery. Like they even had ribbons on everybody's like badges that you could find from somebody. Somebody was giving out imposter badges, which is really fun. But at the same time, we all feel that way. We all feel like we're an imposter. And right now I feel a bit of like an imposter because I'm kind of shifting my business a little bit. And when I Google myself for, my edits by Stacy, I'm all over the place and I have this established career and I've got an established clientele and a reputation and things like that. But like to shift over to a brand new brand is really, really kind of terrifying. And so part of me feels a little bit like, can I really do this? Do I really know what I'm doing? Why would anybody listen to me? That kind of thing. So I completely understand imposter syndrome. I completely understand how it plays into writing and when you're writing a novel and whether or not you feel like you can even accomplish this huge task, because it's writing a book is just kind of a big monumental thing. And so sometimes we all just kind of are challenged by our own brains and wonder if this is even something we can accomplish. So I wanted to kind of do this for myself partly. So this is a little bit of a selfish thing, but I also wanted to do this because I know a lot of you suffer with the same kind of thing. And then every once in a while, we just kind of need to be getting a swift kick in the butt to kind of remind us that we're good people. We know what we're doing. We can handle this. And so I kind of needed that swift kick for myself. So I figured I'd share my experience with you and kind of give you the swift kick along with me. So those of you who are here with me for the first time, you could subscribe, like. I give Red Ink tips, which are kind of like those tips for authors that just might need a little bit of writing help, a little bit of business help, whatever you might need. You can come to me and I will give you that information. You can go to my website at editsbystacy.com, which is now shifting over to printtopro.com. And I will be giving you a lot of free resources and education and things like that to help you kind of master this author business that we're all just trudging along in. So like, subscribe. I'd love to have you on board. And you can also tell me what you would like me to talk about. I would love to get, ideas from you guys on what you would like me to cover. So the first thing that we need to do when we get a kind of like trigger that we're feeling that imposter syndrome sneaking in is just to name it and then challenge it. One of the things that we should really do is kind of like write down, and this is, like I said, things for me too, but you could write down what it is you are actually feeling and then how and why that might be a lie, or how and why you can challenge that thought. So for example, like I said, I mentioned that I'm switching brands. I'm creating this like team and building this network of professionals for my authors to come to so that they can have like a one-stop shop kind of place to come to. And that challenge, of course, for me is like, why would anyone listen to me? Why should I do this? Well, one of the things that I can tell myself is, and I can tell you, is that I've been around this business now for 10 years. I've been running businesses and helping others run their businesses for the last, well, I'm not going to say 30 years, but since I was 20. So I'm almost 50 now. Oh, wait, I'm getting old. So for a very long time. Wow, I feel like I'm gonna need a drink after that. Oh dear. Okay. I got this. Okay, so I've got some experience. Maybe some reason why I've got some gray hairs. So anyway, I got experience. So I can tell myself wait, I've done this a few times. I've been around the block. I know how to run businesses. So, I know how to do this. And so to be able to sit down with the team and actually orchestrate that team and make sure that everybody's on the same page and gets the training that they need, I know how to do that. So I need to challenge that thought that I have. Like, why would anyone listen to me? Well, because I have experience, because I have the know-how and I've been around the block a few times. So there's that. You can name it, name the problem and challenge it, challenge the truth of what you're telling yourself. And if you don't understand or you don't know, or you really do feel like you're faking it, then go get the information or the knowledge, go learn it. But most of us, when we're feeling imposter syndrome, it's actually a lie. So the next thing you can do, number two, is track your wins. When you're feeling really bogged down with the day-to-day grind of going through the motions and kind of feeling like, oh, like I'm in the trudges and I'm in the trenches here. I'm like really kind of like slugging my way through this. Track your wins, really write down those wins. Like, so today, I had a couple things that I wanted to accomplish. I have a couple clients that I'm working on, some books that I've got on in my queue that I'm trying to wrap up and finish. And then I've also got some like business aspects of my thing, like the things that I need to accomplish. And it gets so overwhelming when I'm trying to like switch website stuff and mail servers and all that stuff. So one of the things I wanted to do is I made a list. I can kind of show you this. Let me show you this. So one of the things, I have some automations. Look at this. Oh gosh, you can't really see it. But I have some automations on some other platforms that I'm trying to move to other platforms. So I made myself a list of things to do today, just today, that these are the automations that I need to move, these workflows. I need to move them from this platform to this platform. And so that is going to be a win. At the end of the day, I'm going to slap myself on the back and I'm going to be like, good job. That was a win. High five me. So celebrate your wins. Do those things that you know can be in little bits accomplished, and then give yourself permission to celebrate when you accomplish those things. So that's number two. And then, I don't know, kind of give yourself a compliment brag file once in a while. Like, it's okay to go, I feel pretty good about myself today. That is something I'm going to give myself a high five for. So keep a file so that when you're feeling particularly low, you can go back in and look at it and say, hey, I feel pretty low today, but I know I did that. I did that. I did that. So there you go. That's a good suggestion. And then the third thing, and this is the most frightening one. Sorry, my nose got itchy. The most frightening one is to act anyway. So even though you feel like, ooh, I don't know if I should go, I don't know if I should do this, I'm not 100% sure how to proceed. Like, I don't think I have the credentials to move forward. Do it anyway. Just do it anyway. And that is one of my hardest things. I often get paralyzed by fear. And I had a really good talk with my friend. I was going to say my Troy Lambert. A really good talk with my Troy Lambert the other day, and one of the things we were talking about was that, I get my paralysis, my fear paralysis that happens and kicks in, and he was in the army for a long, long time, and one of the things that he said is that he never was absent of fear. Whenever he had to go into a dangerous situation or do something, the fear never went away. But he had to act anyway. It was, and I've heard this over and over again. Like, this is stuff I've preached for years, is that courage is not the absence of fear. It is just the ability to do what needs to be done anyway. And that is very much the case with imposter syndrome. Sometimes we just want to like freeze up and not move. And the best advice is just to go anyway. Couple of resources that I'm going to recommend. First of all, I love listening to Simon Sinek. He's got an amazing voice, first of all, but when he speaks, I don't know why I listen. He's really amazing. I love listening to him. So anytime he speaks, I can honestly say that I've not heard one thing that comes out of that man's mouth that I disagree with. So if you ever want a pick me up, Go listen to Simon Sinek. He's fabulous. And then there's a book that I'm going to recommend. Again, this is another one of those books that I have not yet read, but I have heard of. And that is The Secret Thoughts of Successful Women. And it's by Valerie Young. And apparently this is like the most recommended cited book on imposter syndrome. And she's talks about the imposters and like competence types, and she breaks them down. I think she gives like 5 or 6 of them. Yeah, 5 of them. And she kind of goes through the whole like how to strategize around your competence type, or whatever competence type you are, it kind of how to overcome your negative self-talk and that imposter syndrome. So that would be a good book to pick up. I've actually got it on my Amazon to read lists now that I've like tried to figure out my life this week. So I'm going to recommend that book as well. And you guys just let me know if you read it before I do, or if you've already read that book. Let me know in the comments, like how much you liked it, or if you didn't like it, or if you have another book that you recommend for imposter syndrome. I would love to hear it. But anyway, so I hope that helps you out. 3 things that I'm going to use this week for myself to kind of combat my imposter syndrome. And you let me know if that feels like something that would help you as well. Again, I would really love it if you would like and subscribe. It will make sure that I'm getting the information from you, and then you can tell me what I need to share with you guys and to teach you guys. But I would love, it really helps me out if you guys like and subscribe. Again, I have a podcast with Troy Lambert. We call it Pros Talking Pros, and it drops every Saturday. And we talk about the biz, we talk about craft, we talk about all kinds of things, but he and I kind of get a little crazy over there. So if you want to subscribe to our podcast, we would love to have you as well. Again, like and subscribe. And I've already said that a bazillion times, so I'm going to have editor, please cut that out. If not, whatever. But I really appreciate you guys hanging with me. And now you've got your ready, go make your mark. And I hope you guys have a great week. Talk to you later.